Good morning to all of our followers. This is Pinky Ma's Kitchen, and I'm Mary. And I just want to say thank y'all for joining us this morning. I'm going to be by myself this morning. Linda's at home baking. Goodness, she just bakes all the time. And but I'm going to get on here that we had so many requests for a hummingbird cake. And the cake that I'm going to be cooking, we call it a cake that won't last. And I'll tell you where the cake got that name. My Aunt Elsie and my Aunt Faye is the one that, that's a recipe that we have in our old cookbook of theirs. And they called it the cake that won't last. But it's the same recipe as a hummingbird cake. And my Aunt Elsie, my Aunt Faye, her daughter had a B&B, and so Aunt Faye would make this same recipe into muffins, and then she served those at the B&B, and it was such a treat because we stayed in it ourselves, the ladies from the church, one time when we went to ladies conference. So it's a very good recipe, and I'll take step by step and tell you what to do. And also, before I get started, I would like to say that after today, all the cookbooks that we had orders for will be shipped. We just have a few left to ship today, but the rest of them, all of them's been shipped. So everyone should have their cookbooks. We can't promise the ones that they're shipping out now you won't get them before Christmas. So if you would please be patient, we have, and y'all have been patient, but would y'all just bear with us a little bit longer, because they have been mailed. They've been mailed, all of them, by today. So if you please wait until the first week of January before you start asking us, if they've been shipped, because they have been shipped. So hopefully you'll get them. Most of you should get them before Christmas, but the ones we shipped this week, we don't know what the post office, how long it's going to take you to get them. But anyway, we will let you know that that's why we're not taking orders until closer time that we have the cookbook. So you will know more about when you will be getting them. And yesterday I received some more Christmas cards from you followers. And it's such a delight to go to the mailbox and find Christmas cards from our followers. And all the sweet notes that you're writing in there. And I know I'm called a little bit of a hoarder. At least that's what my kids would say, because I save my Christmas cards whenever somebody takes the time to write me a note. Well, that takes time, and I think that I just treasure them. So I save them. I have a box full of Christmas cards. I date them so I know what year I got them. And so I appreciate that so much. And one more thing, Linda posted the recipe to the cinnamon roll icing this morning, and the reason she did that is the same recipe that we posted after she did the cinnamon rolls, but some of you said you couldn't find the icing recipe, so she reposted that this morning, and it is the same recipe that she did when she did the video. Okay, and one more thing. Last week when we did the live drawing for the month of December birthdays, Sheila Sharp was the winner, and but we've never heard from you. So would Sheila Sharp please inbox us? The phone number is on our website, or you can call my number, or it's not my number, but it's a business number. It's 903-235-4804. If you can text us your address. We've got your, I think we have your telephone number, but we need your address. Would you please text it to us? And we'll get you your gift in the mail. It was the mini oven mitts. So Sheila Sharp, please contact us. All right, now, this recipe calls for 3 beaten eggs. And I'll tell you step by step the way I do it. I beat my eggs first. I lay my eggs out so they kind of get room temperature. And after I think they in room temperature, I beat them. I beat the eggs separate, because that's the only thing you're going to be beating in this cake is the eggs. So I'm going to set them aside a minute. And I've already put 3 cups of sugar in here. And so I'm going to put 1 more cup. You use 2 bowls doing this, but to me, it's easier doing this than any other way. So 3 cups of sugar. You only see me put 1 cup, but I put 3 because there was already 2 in here. All right. And then, and I've already sifted my flour. So I'm going to put 3 cups of flour in here. I'm going to hold this over this so I don't put extra. And I sifted this beforehand so it wouldn't take all y'all's time. I hope that all y'all are having a good day, whether you're home alone or whether you're out doing the last minute shopping or you're in the kitchen baking and getting ready for your Christmas. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a blessed day and enjoy it. My goodness, I just love to wake up in the mornings thanking the Lord that I'm able to get up. You know, I have some mornings that I don't feel that good because it's just my age. But that's okay. I thank the Lord anyway. That's 2 cups. And I'm going to try my best not to overdo this. And while I'm talking sometimes, y'all know that sometimes I forget. But I'm not going to forget. So I had all my measurements laid out here. Okay, so that's 3 cups of flour. Set that aside. I don't have my help here this morning to take things as I put it in there. Now, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powders, baking soda. And I put a 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. Okay, that over there. Get all this out of my way so I won't make a mistake. All right, and then I take a whisk and I stir that soda, salt, and flour and sugar all together. Because the reason that you mix this separate is because you can't beat it after you put it together. This cake, you do not mix it with the mixer. So you want all your ingredients to be well incorporated before you put the liquids to it. I made this cake yesterday, and I make it in a Bundt pan. You can make it in 3 9-inch each pans if you want to. But I make mine in a Bundt pan. And so my aunt, Faye, I called her yesterday because, you know, I had my cake in the oven. And it just seemed like, it always does. I make these a lot. It just gets brown. And the recipe calls it to 350 degrees. And it just seemed like it gets brown. And, you know, it's so good that I could be able to call my aunt. You know, that's my mother's sister. It's her baby sister, and she's 86. And I called and talked to her and visited with her for quite a while, and I enjoyed it so much. And I said, Aunt Faye, I said, why do you think that my cake always browns so fast? And I don't want it to brown dark. And she said, what kind of pan are you cooking it in? And I told her I was cooking it in, I'll show it to you. I was cooking it in this pan here. I'll make mine in a pan, a dark. And she said, well, is your pan dark? And I said, yes, it is. She said, well, turn it down to 325. And so I cooked it and put a piece of foil on top of it. So I had it on 350 for 30 minutes. I put a piece of foil over it and had it on 325. And so it took it a little bit longer to cook, but it's not as dark as it is sometimes. So that's just a little pointer. Okay, so I got my flour, sugar, salt, and soda. And now 1 cup of pecans. That's chopped pecans. I stir them up too because you can't. It's hard to stir this after you put the liquids in it. All right. Now it calls for two bananas, and I've already taken the, you know how the little strings is on it. I've already taken that off. I just take a fork. I'm gonna, I can't read the comments while I'm talking anyway. So I'm gonna swipe them so I can see, make sure that y'all can see what I'm doing. I'll move that flavor in there. So I just take a fork and mash this 2 bananas. Some recipes calls for 2 to 3 bananas. This was kind of a medium-sized bananas. 2 is all I used yesterday. So I'm just mash them up. And anyway, I sure enjoyed talking to my aunt yesterday. You know, when our mother passes away, there's so many times that you just want to call her and ask her something. You know, something that you forgot or something, and it was just so nice to call and ask her to have still have somebody in the family that cooked the way Mother did, and so anyway, okay, all right. Now I'm going to add my bananas. Mashed bananas. I'm going to take this in. Get all the bananas out with my spatula. It's going to be a nice day here today. It said it's supposed to be be close to 70. All right, now the recipe calls for an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple. Now, the only difference in the way I do it and the way some recipes calls for it says, some recipes for the Hummingbird cake says to drain this pineapple juice. I don't drain mine. And so 8 ounces is the same thing as a cup. So I just put mine in a cup. Because I had the large can of pineapple yesterday, and I made a cake yesterday, so I saved the cup for today. So that's a cup, and I use, if you buy the 8-ounce can, use the syrup. On this recipe, use the syrup. And now it calls for 1.5 cups of oil. Get all the oil out of there. I'm telling you, Linda, she little stinker. I've told her not to overbook herself on baked goods. But she loves to bake so much, she does it every time. Somebody will call her at the last minute and, can you do this? And she just hates to turn them down, and she's got herself in a bind right now. She's got so much baked goods to do. Oh yeah, I got to put a teaspoon of flavoring in here. Teaspoon of flavoring. And just stir it up. And then you will add you add your eggs. I almost forgot to put the eggs in there, I tell you. I have to watch myself. You could have put all those dry ingredients in with your eggs. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I do use the bowl with the eggs in it, but it doesn't matter. It's all going to be mixed up together anyway. So now you stir it all up. You don't want to beat it. Just stir it up. And after you get it stirred up, it'll and make sure you stir on the bottom, because the flour. See what I did then? I picked up a bunch of flour, sugar on the bottom. So be sure you get all that on the bottom. That's one reason I use the spatula. Seems like the spatula picks it up better. And everybody cooks different, you know. So but you don't want to beat this. You just want to stir it. Make sure all that flour in the bottom. All right, I believe that is it. So let me put this up, and I'll show you what I'm doing with this. I'm not making it in layers. I have my oven preheated to 325, and The reason I'm doing, oh yes, after you get this stirred up, you let it sit. Let it sit there for 2 minutes. I usually time it, but I can talk that long. Don't have a problem talking. So anyway, you let this sit here. And I don't know why, the recipe doesn't say why, let it sit there 2 minutes, but I do know what it does. It kind of comes to a rise a little bit. That's, you know, I don't know the technical terms of why it does, but it does. It's a baking soda in it that does it. I know that. But it'll rise a little bit, and it doesn't affect the cake. So apparently something to it. So anyway, this I am taking to some friends. So that's why I'm doing it in these little pans. My aunt, she did it in little muffin pans. They are so good. But I'm going to do these so I can give them away. So I'm going to put them in these little pans. And so that's why I'm cooking them at 325 for 25 minutes. When you're using little pans like this, and especially because they're thin, and I put it on a cookie sheet because the pans are thin. So I'll cook these for 25 minutes on 325. My Bundt cake, I'll show it to you in a minute. I did it 350 for 30 minutes and put some foil on top of it, and then 325 for another, all total, I cooked it, let's see, I cooked it 30 minutes. I took it hour and a half is what I cooked it. But it calls for an hour and 15 minutes, but I stuck my tester down in there and it wasn't quite done right in the middle. So I did it another 15 minutes and that was fine. So hour and a half, but check it at hour and 15 minutes. Alrighty, I think I will get my cup and right here. I'm gonna use my cup to dip this since I'm putting it in these little containers. I'm gonna put it in these little containers because when I'm pouring it from this bowl, I'm afraid I'll pour too much. And this rises really well, so you don't want to fill these pans full. So I just fill it in here. I hope that I hope these people enjoy it as much as I mean this is my favorite cake, except the cherry nut cake. I like the cherry nut cake too, that my mom always cooked for Christmas. I also made some I made some ginger chip cookies yesterday, and they were good too. They got chocolate chip in them with dark molasses. It's really good. And I'll show you a picture of them in a few minutes. I didn't know exactly how many pans that this would make, but I knew that it made servable because I've made them in the muffin pans like Aunt Faye does before. I made them one year, and I made them in muffins pan, and my grandkids, and it wasn't but one apiece for them. They asked me, why didn't I make some more? But you'd have to make 2 batches for them all to have 2 apiece because it's I've got one more pan over there. I think I'm gonna be able to get another pan out of this. It just brings back memories every time I eat this cake or make it, because it makes me think of Aunt Faye. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 of these little pans. I just got these little aluminum pans at the dollar store. I think they come like, I think it's 4 or 5 in a package. I have a lot of them because this is an easy, quick, little treat that you can give to your neighbors or something. And now on a hummingbird cake, you put cream cheese icing, and we're going to do a recipe after Christmas using the cream cheese icing, so I won't give that to you today. But anyway, I'm going to put these in the oven. As you see, I'm not going to, I got to wipe my counter off. I'm sorry. I can't stand whenever I get something on my counter. So let me get that wiped up before I go any further. So, this pan here is a dark, heavy pan, so I'm not going to put that on the cookie sheet. I'm just putting the aluminum pan. So it made 4 this size. See? 4 that size and 2 this size. This one actually is a little bit bigger than this one. But I'm fixing to put these in the oven, and then I will show you the finished product on a Bundt cake. Good hot oven. Okay, let me set my timer so I won't forget. All right, now I'll show you. I think it's easier to bring it over here. A little bit of flour on that. But this is the cake. If you put it in a pan like I showed you a while ago, this is the Bundt pan. It was a big fluted pan, and I'm going to cut that and show y'all. It is so moist. It is so moist. I'm going to cut it and show y'all. And this is the way I do it. I don't put any frosting, any glaze, or anything over this. Now, you can do, if you want to make a cream cheese frosting to go over to glaze or whatever, or just a powdered sugar glaze, you can. But I don't. We eat this for breakfast. It's a really good breakfast treat. See? See? It is very moist. Very, very moist. And it's a good cake. So, and if you're using a fluted pan, be sure you get in those little grooves. Your shortening, I didn't tell y'all that, but I'm assuming y'all know your pans has to be greased with shortening and then dusted with flour. Now, that's how you do your cake pans. Or if you have this Pam spray, the flour in the spray, you can spray it. But whichever way you grease your pans, be sure that you get in the light in those little fluted areas, because if you don't, this cake will stick because it's got that pineapple in it. So be sure to flour and grease your pans really good. Anyway, that is we call it the cake that won't last, because that's what my aunt called it. So that's what we've always called it, but it is a hummingbird recipe. Love y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. And I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will see you live. I'm not sure. Just follow our page. We're also going on YouTube, and we're going to try to get more posted on YouTube than what we already have. Give me a few minutes, because I have to type this into my phone, and it takes me longer on this phone. But I will put the recipe, and the recipe will show up above the video. So if you watch this video to get the recipe, you're going to have to go back to the video, and the recipe will be posted above it. But give me a few minutes so I can get it posted and put on there. Love y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.